Back to school shopping this weekend will be less taxing, literally, on New Mexico families. The state's gross receipts tax holiday is underway, which means you'll keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. And here to tell us about the tax holiday and the Taxation Revenue Department is the Taxation and Revenue Department's Deputy Secretary, John Monforte. Welcome.
Good morning.
We're glad to have you here. We're ready to hear all about what we can get a little bit of a break on money-wise this weekend. For families getting their kids ready for the new school year, which is right upon us, this is a huge incentive. So what are some of the qualifying items this weekend?
You know, the tax-free holiday weekend is kind of an annual event that is great for families. I mean, kids don't usually like it just in the sense that it's a symbolic gesture that school is right around the corner. But for their parents, it's definitely a benefit. Parents can go out this weekend and buy all the normal stuff that you would think of for a standard classroom. You would have, you know, the pencils, the crayons, scissors, under $15. Backpacks, handheld calculators, under $100. Your clothing, as long as it's under $100, clothing or shoes would be included in that. Computers would also be included as well, which also the definition does include tablets. I know there was some questions with that. Our rules are changing on that to make sure that it's allowed, but I think that under the current regulation definition that a tablet, an iPad, etc., would be included as a computer. You know, when the governor kind of kicks off in her press conference and she's, you know, basically reading off of a tablet the presentation, I mean, it's kind of hard to say that that's not for educational purposes.
Right, well that says a lot there. And of course, iPads are okay, but not iPods or iPhones, so no cell phones or anything like that.
It's a computer device that is used for educational purposes, not for recreational. Its primary purpose has to be as a computer, not as, you know, as an entertainment or as a communication device like a phone. Right,
and the more money you spend this weekend, of course, there's that cap, I think, of $1,000. Is that correct?
Well, no, there's caps on specific types of products, right? Okay. So $100 for or $1,000 for a computer, $100 for clothing. So if you buy a pair of Nikes, the pair has to be under $100. But you can buy, you know, as many pairs as you want, as many, you know, items of clothing as you want. It's the overall, you know, each item has to be under a certain, you know, certain amount in certain situations.
Right, and eventually the more you spend, the more you're really going to save because of this like tax rebate that we're getting. So what is the gross receipts tax actually, anyway, what does it amount to?
Well, it varies in the state. I mean, the gross receipts tax is different throughout the state of New Mexico, from a 5.125% to an 8.6875%, depending upon where you are in the state. So, for example, in Albuquerque, the gross receipts tax is 7%. In Santa Fe, the gross receipt tax is 8.18%. And what that means, for example, is if you know, if my daughter goes out and we buy her a handheld calculator, a graphing calculator for $100, if she's in Albuquerque, she's going to pay we're going to pay $107 for that calculator. In Santa Fe, we will pay $108.18.
Right, because of that percentage. Now, where does that tax money usually go? Does it go to the state or?
It's a combination of, the gross receipt tax helps out all of New Mexico. It helps out the state government, it helps out the county government, and it helps out your local municipalities.
And so whenever that tax goes away this weekend, it doesn't impact then the vendors? Does that impact mainly or retailers?
No, the retailers, the businesses, and that's why this is such an important tax program, and one that the governor, Susana Martinez, is so much in support of, because it really helps not just the consumer, but also it helps the businesses. The retailers get the benefit where they do not need to pay that gross receipts tax. So, you know, for those products, they will not have to, even though they'll have to fill out the forms, they will not have to submit or collect those gross receipts tax for this weekend.
Okay, now can you measure how much New Mexicans save at the register over the weekend?
Yes, we estimate that in the savings to the New Mexico families during this weekend is about $5 million, and that's, we believe, a tangible and real benefit to the hardworking families in New Mexico, that they can, you know, as you had indicated, you know, take that extra funds and keep it in their pocket.
That's good stuff. And the tax holiday, of course, began at midnight.
Right.
And it continues on through the weekend. Is it?
Right. As I explained to my children last night, that, you know, at 12 o'clock midnight on Sunday, August 7th, when it changes from the 7th to the 8th, that, you know, even though Cinderella's, you know, carriage turns to a pumpkin, you know, she's able to buy, you know, some suitable clothing for under $100, some more practical shoes under $100, you know, her iPad or whatever computer device she needs to get ready to go to school, you know, she's all ready because of the benefits of the tax-free holiday.
Well, that's great. Of course, I know a lot of us are ready to get some shopping done. Let's tell our viewers where to go for more information about the tax holiday. So if you have any questions on exactly those issues there with what you can spend on what items. Tax holiday, of course, is this Friday through Sunday, midnight, and you can go to tax.newmexico.gov for more information on that. And of course, we'll have that website up on our website, casa.com.